What's up, everybody? It's been a while since I posted anything. This lens looks a little bit foggy. Is that any better? No, a little bit. So, yeah. Sorry I haven't really posted anything in a while. I wanted this to be the start of a series of videos about my life. So not really music stuff necessarily, but just my experiences living in the city and just my plans. I just want to start vlogging stuff again. So right now it is the morning of, was it Thursday? It's 10:19 a.m., right? So I'm sitting at the tattoo shop. We don't open technically until 11 o'clock. So why am I here? Well, there's about to get a walk in, maybe. Sorry, there's a guy staring into the shop right now, so I might have to take care of that. He's just standing there. Okay. This happens a lot, by the way. There's a shelter right across the street, so every now and then we get people that just kind of cross the street and then stare into the shop. I don't know what he's doing. Anyways, if he comes in, okay, maybe I'll get some business. So anyways, I'm here at 10:20 a.m., so it's 40 minutes before opening. It's a very beautiful day out. It is May the 8th. Beautiful day. I'd probably be out going on a walk or at a coffee shop, going to the gym. But we have this rule at the shop where the first person in the shop gets the first walk-in. So I kind of share walk-ins with another guy here who's been working here for about, I want to say, not quite a year and a half, but a little over a year. And at one point it was actually me and two other guys, because the owner decided to hire two people, even though business has been slowly getting slower. It's just been consistently slower since the end of COVID. So the rule is, we're all sharing walk-ins, and the system goes that the first person in the shop gets the first walk-in. The second person in the shop gets the second walk-in. And so I really don't have any appointments anymore. I mean, I have like 2 this month. I think that's it. 2 appointments. Like I have 2 actual appointments that people have paid deposits for, and hopefully they don't cancel, because they already had a cancellation yesterday. So yeah. And this is all I do, by the way. Like, this is all I do for work. I do the music on the side, so I suppose that's a little bit of income, but yeah. So if I want the first walk-in, I must get here before this other guy. But what quickly started happening after that rule is we have just been trying to get here earlier than the next person. So, so I used to get here pretty promptly at 11. I live a block away, so I can get here at 7:30 if I wanted to. Nobody's coming into the tattoo shop at 9:30. Nobody's coming into the tattoo shop at 10 o'clock. People don't do that. We are open at 11 a.m. But this rule, this brilliant rule that the owner has concocted, says that the first person in the shop gets the first walk-in. So we just keep getting here earlier and earlier to the point where I am now here an hour and a half before opening just to maybe get a walk-in. And I'll be honest, we're averaging less than one walk-in a day. It's like probably 2 a week. I'm not even joking. This is downtown Seattle, by the way. So, you know, it just is, it's a reflection of what's happening around. And y'all are aware of everything that's happening with the economy, with the country, you know, the tariff thing. That's something that I'm still trying to wrap my head around. I can't really speak too much about it, but it's definitely getting to that point where this is not a feasible job. It's really not. Ugh. It's just starting to take a toll on me mentally. Like I'm just sitting here. There's no promise that anyone's gonna come through that door at any point today. We might get a phone call. So sometimes somebody will call and they say, I want a tattoo this big. And then they'll ask for the shop minimum. Our shop minimum is $150. I've been so desperate to the point where I just say, dude, I'll do it for $100. Okay, you want a stupid little, a little sports logo? You want an Infinity? Okay, cool. $100. Like, screw it. I'll just come on in, $100. Okay, I still have to give 40% to the shop. It's better than nothing. So, and so yeah, most of the time people are gonna call about a piercing or whatever. We don't do piercings here. Or they'll call and they'll say, what's the least amount of money I can spend at your shop? Basically, that's the most common question, is what's the shop minimum? And then, cool, thanks. And then they do the whole, I'll let you know. That's my favorite phrase over the past few years, is I'll let you know. I get that so much. So, yeah, I just thought I'd turn the camera on and do a little vlog. I'm gonna do one tonight, I think. I just want to start uploading more stuff because I tend to have a thought about making a video about my situation, my life, and then I just don't. It's like a procrastination thing. So, hey, this is what YouTube's for, right? So, hour and a half before opening. Yeah, last week I slept through my alarm. I usually wake up at 8 a.m. so that I can get here before 10 o'clock, because this other guy typically comes in like 10, I want to say like 10:15 typically. That's 45 minutes before opening, and he doesn't have to be there. He doesn't have to be here. No, he's here for the same reason I'm here. We're just trying to beat each other to the shop because we're both desperate for money. So it's a really pleasant environment to be in. Like knowing that you're there only because, you know, like we're both doing this for the same reason. And so he's not a bad guy either. I don't think he is, but it's just a really awkward interaction to uh, either way, like if you're here first, you see them walk in, we try to do the whole morning, but it's through gritted teeth. Like there was just one time that I beat him to the shop by a few seconds. This is how awkward it is. Um, I was walking up the road. I saw the shop, and then there's one street in between where I was and the shop. So I'm like 100 feet, 75 feet from the shop. I see his car. He's about to pull in to this parking garage. He parks under the shop. And then, he sees me. He's, I'm walking to the shop. He's in his car. And so, and so he knew at that point, okay, well, I'm going to take like an extra 2 minutes to park my car in the garage and then have to walk out and get out of the garage and then go to the shop. So, Gabriel's gonna beat me to the shop. And so he just aggressively does a U-turn and speeds off. Oh, it's just like, it's so weird. And then I have to see him in an hour and then pretend like I didn't just see him speed off like, fuck this guy. So it's just, I've had so many mornings. I didn't finish the story when I slept through my alarm last week. Just one of many examples of this. I woke up at, I think it was 9:35, and I said, "Oh crap!" Got up and put my shoes on and threw this hoodie on. I didn't even have a shirt under it. I didn't brush my teeth. I just went to the gas station and got coffee, sprinted over. It was like 9:50. Around 9:50. I said, okay. He's usually there at 10:15. I should be good. I get there, lights are on, open sun's on. 9:50. So if they're there, then you just say, okay, screw it. So when that happens, generally, if you don't have an appointment lined up, you're either making no money or you're making no money, because we're averaging less than one walk in a day. And so, I know this guy, he's not doing anything. He's just sitting there on his phone, of course. He's there for the walk-in. He's there for the potential walk-in. And then if I get here first, I might get a walk-in, but I could show up at 9:30, like I showed up at 9:30 today, right? That doesn't mean anything. We don't get paid to do anything here. We don't get paid hourly to do, nope, no. So, a little bit about most tattoo shops and how they operate. If you're not tattooing your clients, if you do not have any clients, and if you're not tattooing any walk-ins, and there's no one coming in through that door, you make $0 in the day. So you're here for 7 to 8 hours just betting on walk-ins. I know for other tattoo artists or people that aren't familiar with this industry, it's just no duh, but just for the people that might not know how this works, if you're working at a shop like this, yeah, this is kind of how it works. So this is why, this is my last summer doing this. This is my last summer just sitting in the shop betting on a walk-in, or hoping that my Instagram posts will attract some attention from my clients. It's a weird time. really is. I think about all the hours that I've spent here of my life. just rotting. That's what it feels like, because I'm rotting. I keep myself busy. Like, I do stuff. I draw. I think to myself, oh, what? You know, it's a tough balance because I want to do what I want. That's every tattoo artist's dream, of course, is to tattoo the stuff that they're interested in doing. I'm realizing that you could be a really good artist, but it's less about your actual talent. It's talent and having a cool style is probably like 35% of this whole deal. And I made a Reddit post. I know, big mistake. Trying to vent about why I'm planning an out of this job. And it's just that I'm not growing anymore. I just don't feel any growth. And it could be the shop. I think it's more to do with what this industry has become. And I also think about art as an industry. When something becomes an industry, and how it just changes the culture of what it was. There's a lot of shops now. There's so many tattoo artists. Like, we're all just trying to do the same thing. Combine that with a steadily declining dollar. Combine that with social media. I mean, I'm gonna make videos about a lot of these little topics because I have a lot to talk about. And I believe that I'm doing you guys a disservice by staying silent about it and not talking about it. Because this is where I've been for almost 5 years. I've been doing this full time for almost 5 years to pay my bills. And I went from actually making decent money. Like, you know, some months I'd make like damn near $6,500, that's not bad. It's not bad. To taking out of my IRA to pay rent. I'm taking out of my retirement account to pay rent. It just feels nasty to do that. Taking out of savings to pay just to pay rent. And no, I don't want to say my spending habits are terrible, but yeah, I eat out for lunch more than I should, but I don't think that $20 just for a sandwich and coffee and then maybe some potato salad should be damn near $20. But hey, I'm shooting myself in the foot being in Seattle. I understand that. I totally understand that. I get it. Oh, look at that. It's a rainbow bus. I forgot it's going to be Pride Month. Maybe I should draw some rainbow designs. Maybe I should draw a bunch of rainbow tattoos that I don't actually care about, but I just know that it's what people want. That's the other thing is walk-ins are really stressful to me now. I went from getting super stoked about just doing anything to having my cortisol spike every time that door does the beep, the beep beep beep. Whenever it opens, like a lot of businesses do. That sound, I feel like when I leave this place, I'm gonna hear that for years in my sleep. Beep beep beep. Because it's usually something I'm just not passionate about. And if I'm gonna do something that I'm not passionate about and be here for hours of my life, I'd rather get paid for it. I'd rather just get paid for it. But this is the state of my life, is that I have to get here almost 2 hours before opening, having no idea when this other guy's gonna show up, just to hopefully tattoo somebody. Like I said, typically it's like 2 to 3 walk-ins per week. I am making 2 to 5 appointments a month. 2 to 5 a month. And then I have to hope that those appointments are substantial enough work that after I pay 40% to the shop, that I can pay my bills. It's not realistic. It's not realistic. Whoever's watching is probably like, well, yeah, no, duh, it's not realistic, but yeah. I've had so many days in here where I just think, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? This isn't fun. This is not, like, this is a nightmare now. It went from being a blessing, like the coolest job ever, to just being an absolute nightmare. And not to knock on people that have been doing this for years or all of their lives, but I can't see myself doing this like professionally. It's really fun. Like, I like to tattoo. I'm a good tattoo artist. It's just maybe I don't want to be a part of the industry. I was happiest when I was at a shop in Portland and I was learning from this biker from Idaho. It was a scuzzy. He wasn't a biker. He was a legit like 1%er. He had a Harley, tattoos all over his face. Kind of scary guy, but he liked me. He took a liking to me because I was like the long-haired heavy metal guy. I draw lots of crazy. What's up, dude?